racing. The fans and the drivers love them. This morning, time for pictures and autographs. But now it's time to go to work. 8/10 of a mile and lots of dirt. But this week, the path to victory lane is paved with a new challenge. Want to watch some real racing? This is high-flying definition. Here, it's all about the pieces and the parts, the busted trucks and the broken hearts. Drivers, if you've come to win, raise your hand. NBC Sports presents Championship Off-Road Racing. Today it's round 2 of the Quest for the Baldwin Cup from the Los Angeles County Fairplex in Pomona, California. Series bad boy CORR Round, one of the many drivers ready to take to the track. Defending series champion Johnny Green and third-year man Rick Huseman, ready to go play in the dirt. Hi, everybody. Bill Weber along with Wally Dellenbach, Marty Snyder, and Kelly Stavis are working trackside. Thanks for having us in for the race. Before round 1 in Antelope Valley, these guys promised excitement. And
the racing speaks for itself. I mean, it was fantastic. These guys were banging off each other. And you know what? Antelope Valley is a much different racetrack than this week. I think it's going to be a little bit trickier this week because this place is tougher.
And you would know, you were just out on the track a little earlier for your Wally World ride. The biggest competitor today could be this racing surface.
It really is. First of all, this track is narrow. It's not like Antelope Valley where it's wide. You had the wide bottoms and you can get through the corners. There's plenty of lanes. But another thing that you throw in the mix, there's some pavement here. These guys have never been on the pavement, and that's tricky. So it's going to be interesting to see how these guys face up to the challenge.
This is round 2, should be a lot of fun. Take a look at the championship standings after one event. There are 6 events for both Pro 4 and Pro 2 that lead up to the Baldwin Memorial Cup race. These races stand separate from the series long point race. The top 8 from each division qualify for the Cup. 4 wild card drivers will also be added to the field. Let's meet some of the guys chasing the Cup to get us in gear. The story of a racing family that just keeps on trucking. Here's Marty Snyder.
Well, Bill, in NASCAR, you have the Petties, and open-wheel racing, you have the Unsers. But here in off-road, the LeDuc family is carrying on a 26-year tradition of racing. Over the years, the name LeDuc has become synonymous with off-road. With wife Nancy serving as head cheerleader, Kurt LeDuc races with not 1, but 2 sons, and they're both perennial contenders. Kyle is a former champion, and Todd barely missed the Pro 2 title in 2006.
When Kyle was successful, you know, I said, I'm going to get Todd in the truck, and they're like, well, maybe Kyle's 1 in a million. Todd may not have what Kyle has, and I said, well, maybe I just got 2 in a million. Kyle does some things on the track that, you know, even Johnny Greaves has come up to me and said, man, he's the kid to watch. Robbie Gordon at the introduction at the last race said, that kid driving that Rockstar truck really can race. I said, that's my son Kyle.
You know, I had a great dad that taught us all everything we know now, and we're both super fast race car drivers, so it obviously paid off. Yeah, I wanted to be just like him, you know, make a living at racing trucks and traveling and stuff. When I was younger, I was like, man, why do so many people ask him for help? And he must know something, you know.
We always were able to go out on vacations and go and race. I don't know, it was nothing big to us, but it was really cool to all my friends.
Bill, I spent some time with Nextel Cup Series champion Jimmy Johnson the other day, and he told me he always admired the LeDuc family because they did it with family, the old-fashioned way, and that's what made racing fun for them.
Thanks, Marty. And that LeDuc clan at the racetrack is huge. Time for us to learn more about this tricky track, and to do that, we sent Wally out to check on this whole new world.
Well, welcome to Pomona. Now, this place is a little bit different than Antelope Valley, so let's take a lap. All right, here we go, straight away. Take the green flag. Got a jump here. Got another jump. Now this turn right here, pretty tight. It's not as wide as the corners in Antelope Valley, but this is the track, pavement. These guys have never seen pavement before. So you got 1 corner, a straightaway, hard on the brakes, turn it with the turning brake, but don't burn your right rear off. Real easy to do, especially here. Now back on the dirt, couple little jumps. Right-hander, get it set, run hard off this corner. You got to jump, and you jump down into a hole, a big old hole. Now this corner here, lots of banking, good place to pass. You really got to hustle the truck here because it leads into another real hard left-hander. Now you got one more jump to the most important part of the track, the last corner. Gotta be hard on the gas, little steer and brake. Gets really narrow right here. And you can do that real easy, and you don't want to do that when you're racing.
Can I tell him what you said after we stopped the tape?
I don't believe so. It's a family show, and my mother would not have appreciated that.
Then tell him about the track.
All right, we go down the start-finish line, and there's a couple of jumps here before you hit one. One's got a lot of banking, but it's very narrow. But this is the tricky part. You get on the pavement. Really slick here, and these guys got to be careful of not killing that right rear tire. Back on the dirt, a lot of banking. This is a cool section right here because you go flying into turn 5. It's like jumping into a bowl, but you're also very busy. Hard left hand to the most important corner, I think, on the racetrack, 7. You've got to get through here fast and clean.
Gonna be a lot of fun. Beautiful day in Pomona, California.
Boom, 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 boom.
We'll be right back with the Pro 4 action in Pomona.
Boom, boom, boom.
In Pomona, California, round 2 of the quest for the Baldwin Cup, and we check in with Kelly Status.
Well, Bill, as you might expect, a lot of these championship off-road racers got their start in motorsports someplace else. For Johnny Greaves, it was motocross at the age of 12. Earlier, he told me how his experience on 2 wheels gives him a leg up on the competition here in CORR.
Everything is so much alike when it comes to, you know, racing motocross compared to off-road, because it's, you know, it's all about cornering and knowing how to, you know, use the whoops and shift the weight and set people up. It gives you a whole new look at the track when, you know, when you come off the 2 wheels, because there's so many lines you have to choose, and the tracks are a lot smaller, so you really got to be methodical about it. I get out there in truck and I'm chasing guys, and I'm like, man, there's so many other ways to do this. Where I seem to shine a little bit more is getting through traffic, and that's because we deal with that a lot in motocross.
And to keep his skills sharp, Johnny still spends his winters down in Florida competing in a national amateur motocross series. Bill.
Thanks, Kelly. Enjoy the race down there this afternoon. There you see the trucks lined up for the Le Mans-style start along the front stretch. Take a look at the starting grid for today's Pro 4 qualifier for the Baldwin Cup. Carl Redezener starts on the pole next to Travis Coy. Then it's Rick Huseman in the 36 truck. Adrian Cheney starts 4th. In 5th, Kurt Leduc. Josh Baldwin in the 86 qualified 6th. Scott Douglas in truck 7 starts 7th. Troy Herbst is in the 8th spot. Then it's Steve Barlow, Tim Herbst, and Ed Herbst. Johnny Greaves had a vibration problem in qualifying. He's at the back of the field, along with Jerry Doherty. Those are the starters in today's Pro 4 Baldwin qualifier. Yellow warning flag in the air. 13 trucks, 0.8 of a mile, 800 horsepower, they're green.
Oh, Josh Baldwin takes the Wally World line. Not the thing you want to do on the start, but you can see how narrow it is here on the straightaway. They all picked their way through turn 1 clean, though, and to the pavement.
And it's at the end of this when it gets really tricky.
Yeah, because right now, you see there's a lot of dirt on that pavement. Now we get into a section where there's not much dirt on the pavement. This is where they're going to be careful when they make the next hard left-hander not to rip off the right rear. Some ruts down there, right, too. Some big potholes right after you get off the pavement to the dirt.
Carl Redezener from the pole, out front. Got a good, clean break. Headed for a hard left-hander. There's turn 6.
And this is where the next corner is going to get interesting. When these guys start really packing it up, running 2 or 3 breaths coming off this last corner, it's going to be interesting because it narrows up on the exit. A lot of dust on the track, too, which is unusual. I mean, these guys are going to have some problems being here pretty quick after a few laps. Usually they keep the track watered down pretty good.
If you're in the back of the pack, that's another issue you got to contend with.
Yeah, you know, you're already getting just peppered with rocks and dirt already, but now you've got issues where you can't see.
We saw Johnny Greaves in that 22 machine.
Look at, you see the blue smoke just pouring off the right rear of these tires already.
That's Greaves. More qualifying run, worked his way up to 9th on the first lap.
We've seen this guy start in the back and win before, so I think Greaves is going to pass a lot of trucks before this is over. There's a shot of Greaves. Really working through this section of the course where he's at right now.
You doing that with one hand?
Yeah. Well, you got to keep your other hand on the shifter in this part of the racetrack.
Is that what you were doing in Wally's World?
I had 3 hands on the steering wheel.
Rent-A-Center leads Rick Huseman, Travis Coyne, Kurt Leduc, Adrian Cheney. Greaves trying to make his way forward. Up to 8th after a couple of laps. Working lap 3 of 15. That's Carl Rent-A-Center in the 17 truck, the Lucas Oil Machine. He's the race leader. Started on the pole, got a good clean start.
Hey, look, Houston's not letting him get away, though. Rick Houston at 36. He's right behind Rent-A-Center. And last lap time was just a little bit better.
Houston hungry.
Now these guys are searching for different lines through these corners right now. They're looking for some grip. They're looking for some bite.
Some fantastic jumps along the front stretch, but the biggest one is heading into turn 5. This is 3rd, 4th, and 5th right here.
Kurt Leduc there in the 43.
Cheney in the 11. He runs in the 5th spot. Behind Travis Coyne.
Oh, that's a great shot. I'll tell you what, Houston is gaining on Rent-A-Center.
And this leads to the best spot on the track right here. Watch the air these trucks get.
Yeah, that's even deceiving. That thing drops off like 4 stories off the top of that hill. It is a fun ride through the air going over that thing.
Huseman getting a chance to size up Rent-A-Center. This is the critical portion of the track Wally talked about. That's a good seat. That's Huseman into 36. To the pavement portion of the track here. Boy, there are great battles all over this track right now. Rent-A-Center, the race leader. You can see the top 2 trucks have pulled away.
Looks like Rent-A-Center really was taking it easy on that pavement. He really wasn't throwing the truck around and just standing on the throttle and smoking that right rear. And that may help as this race goes on because you don't want to lose grip.
Johnny Greaves in the 22 truck. Still in 8th place. Able to pick up a couple of positions on the first lap, but hasn't moved forward since. That's Greaves in the 22. Josh Baldwin runs behind him. Tim Herbst is back there also. There's Baldwin in the 86. Herbst right in front of him now, picked up the position. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more racing after these messages. Pomona getting ready for the restart of the Pro 4 division. Field coming to get the green car. Rent-A-Center, the race leader. Quick update from Marty Snyder.
Rent-A-Center said on the radio, guys, believe it or not, I haven't even pushed it yet. He said, I've been able to maintain that distance, and we still have a lot left in this truck. We'll see how he does on this restart.
3 wide behind the leader. Gets into Cheney. Cheney gets away, and now Greaves gets away, but they lost a lot of track position.
It got pretty crowded up there. Looks like Greaves got real sideways. He just hooked Cheney in the right rear just a little bit. Doesn't really damage the trucks, but they lost some spots, like you said, Bill.
Huseman just ahead of them. Greaves back underway. Look at the body damage on some of these. What do they use, Bondo on that or what?
Gonna need some body butter for that one there.
Yeah. There's Greaves trying to work his way forward again. Rent-A-Center continues to lead. I'd say he's pushing it now. Huseman runs second. That's down the front stretch. Into the first turn, then onto the pavement.
Now look at the difference in styles there. Huseman just throwing it in there, standing on the gas, smoking the right rear. Renazetter real nice and easy, taking it, just taking care of that right rear.
Greaves looks like a flat right rear.
Oh, we got somebody on their door. Baldwin. I'd say that's pretty much on his roof. Oh, we got another one.
One of the Herbst machines. And the caution flag is out.
Basically just you catch a rut. You know, you're sliding in there so fast, you can see the truck start to slide, and all of a sudden you hit where there was grip or a berm, like a cushion there, and it just hooks your truck, and boy, it's tough to get out of that.
That's Troy Herbst in the 19 truck.
And, you know, as these races go on, you know, the track does get rougher. There's more ruts, and it's a lot harder to drive. John Baldwin?
You're right. Put it back on the 4 tires and off you go, huh? Green flag back in the air. Renazetter, Huseman.
Well, they didn't get it done quick enough. Coin right there, the third truck. Renazetter. Huseman right behind him.
Kelly.
Travis Coyne, who's been out there battling for that third position all race, it was almost a game-time decision for him to even get in this truck at Antelope Valley for round 1. His dad normally drives that truck, doesn't think his body can keep taking the licks that they get out here in CORR. So 2 hours before round 1, they decided to put Travis in here. He has very limited experience in a Pro 4. He primarily has raced the Pro 2. Bill.
Well, giving an outstanding performance here this afternoon in Pomona. Race leader CORR Renazetter in the white truck on the left-hand side of your screen, chased by Rick Huseman.
Well, he may be right, Bill. He may have plenty. Because it looks like Huseman gains on him a little bit. And then as soon as he's right there on the bumper, he pulls 4, 5, 6 truck lengths ahead.
Wow, Renazetter hard on the brake there, it looked like.
This is where Huseman just drives it in there. He is doing everything he can to gain some ground, but this is about it. This is about as close as he gets, and then usually Renazetter just drives off.
Here's the flying leap, sends you into turn 5. Hard right-hander here. Huseman hanging tough again. They continue to race all over this track. Baldwin, white flag is out now, last lap. And as we've seen in championship off-road racing, the last lap is usually the most wild lap.
Yeah, well, you said it, Bill.
Tim Herbst on his side.
Just push me over, he's saying.
Renazetter continues to lead.
Unless Renazetter makes a huge mistake, he's not going to get past here.
He doesn't make many of those.
No, he doesn't.
Well, you know Huseman has given it everything he's got trying to get the win. They have to tiptoe through this portion of the track. And now the yellow flag is out.
Yeah, they want these races to finish under green if possible.
The pace truck is pulled off the track, looking at a green-white checkered flag finish here at Pomona. CORR Renazetter, the race leader. Then it's Huseman, Coyne, Scott Douglas up to 4th. Ed Herbst runs 5th. Marty.
Hey guys, Rick Huseman
Huseman says he thinks he can get him in turn 5. Look for the pass there, the very high bank turn. He's going to try to go low and catch him on the exit of that turn, but he's got to catch him first.
Yeah, he's about 2 truck lengths. Now, this is where he runs really hard. He dives in really, really deep right here. He is on the gas, but this is where he loses a little bit, right on that exit.
And he's got to watch the challenge from behind.
Well, he's got Josh Baldwin right behind him, and I don't believe that's for position. Or is it?
No, it's not.
Renazetter trying to stretch it out here as much as he can, and I just don't see Houston is just not close enough to force the issue here.
Huseman in second. Herbst in the 55.
Or did Coyne get him?
Right.
Travis Coyne got him.
One more time across the pavement. Boy, just chewing up those tires.
Well, now you let it hang out.
That's what Huseman's doing.
But, you know, actually, Renazetter is smooth through there, and it looks like he's going slower, but he's not.
There's Josh Baldwin in the 86. Carl Renazetter weeding his way through the final turns here at Pomona. Huseman trying to rope him in. Through the big sweeper, turn 7, and now down the front stretch toward the checkered flag. He started up front, stayed up front, and finishes up front. Carl Renazetter wins the Pro 4 event today in Pomona. High-flying action from Pomona. Carl Renazetter heads to victory lane, and we'll take you there next. Championship Off-Road Racing on NBC. Series here in Pomona, Carl Renazetter, the race leader, and Marty Snyder is with him.
And Bill, last year he started off 2006 with back-to-back wins to start the season. Now 2 out of 3 in 2007. You said on the radio, I didn't even push this thing today. How impressive was that performance?
Well, it was good. You know, today is definitely a truck management deal. Track management, truck management. We had to keep our tires under us because we're not used to racing on asphalt. So I just wanted to make sure I got this Lucas Oil Sobe truck into the winner's circle. BF Goodrich tires were awesome, even though we had asphalt and tough conditions out here. Just try to drive smart, you know, and you know, put faith in my team that they put a great truck underneath me and just go to work and do my job.
The track was tough and narrow. How much did that help you out? And then how worried were you about the last restart?
Well, you know, the restarts, there was quite a few rollovers out there. And
I know that.
And I could tell the truck was getting a little loose. The tires were getting tired. And, you know, you start thinking about all the things that could go wrong. So I just tried to stay calm and focus on my lines and drive smart. And that got us to the winner's circle today.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Let's go to Kelly Stavist.
Thanks. I'm with Rick Huseman here. Rick, you had quite a battle there trying to get that lead. It looked like you saw the inside a couple times. Did you think you were going to be able to get Carl there at the end?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got on the inside 4 or 5 times, you know, and it was just right there, and he just had a little bit of run coming out, and, you know, we're just happy to get this FabTech Toyota into the, you know, the podium spots, you know, and the Toyota tires are working so awesome out there, and, you know, Monster, I got some energy now, you know, and it's just a great deal to, you know, get the bad luck off my shoulders and actually get on the podium, you know. It was nice running right up there. I wish I could have finished him first, you know, but, you know, he ran good and I ran good, but what can you do, you know?
Thanks, Rick. Now we're going to turn it over to Travis Coyne. Travis, your first time here in the winner's circle in a Pro 4, and with all your Pro 2 experience, I bet you didn't think your first time in winner's circle would come behind the wheel of that truck.
Yeah, you know, this year I had the opportunity to run the Pro Comp Pro 4 in the Pro 4 class this year, so I'm really excited about that. We put together a first-class program with Pro Comp suspensions, KMC wheels, BF Goodrich tires, and Monster Energy, and they're the ones that gave me the opportunity to be here, and I'm glad I can pay them back with a podium finish in only our second race, so things are only looking up from here, I think.
Biggest challenge switching into four-wheel drive?
You know, it's a totally different driving style, so yeah, it is a challenge to say the least, but I think we're getting the hang of it.
All right, thanks, Travis. We'll send it back to Bill.
All right, Kelly, thanks a lot. A lot of excitement down there, and you talk about Renazetter being the race winner, start to finish, really just an impressive run for him.
Especially, you know, especially when you start on the pole on a racetrack like this, because it is so hard to pass.
And he had to fight off everyone on those late race restarts as well. So there's the unofficial finish order for the Pro 4 Series here at Pomona. CORR Round Center, the race winners. Still ahead, the Pro 2s take to the track. You're watching championship off-road racing on the Dirt this afternoon. And from our entire NBC Race family to your family, our best wishes for a safe and happy Memorial Day weekend. Getting ready for the start of today's Pro 2 race. You can see the starting grid at the top of your screen. Rob McEachran rolls off third. For more on his story, here's Kelly.
Bill, Rob McEachran ruled the Pro 4 division in 2000-2001, winning 22 of 36 races. Then the air shocks on his trucks were deemed illegal, and he left the series. But now he's back, this time in two-wheel drive, and already finding success.
Anytime there's a seat open for a driver, I'm in. It doesn't matter to me. Racing's racing. If it's a golf cart or a trophy truck, it doesn't really matter. Once you're battling with someone, if you're going 45 miles an hour or 130, it's all the same to me.
And Rob McEachran has raced everything from 80 horsepower buggies to 800 horsepower trucks. He dominated CORR in a Pro 4 years ago. Now Rob's back in the Barlow Motorsports Red Bull Pro 2, and he picked up right where he left off, winning his first ever Pro 2 race.
I had no doubt in his ability, and I knew that he could drive this thing. I predicted we were going to win the first weekend. He may have not predicted that, but I did.
I'm a little bit surprised that we had as much success as we did as early as we did, but a lot of that has to do with the experience that I have. You can kind of just get in there, and it's like putting an old shoe on.
Rob left CORR in 2001 with back-to-back championships. This year he expects nothing less than to add a third to his resume.
I expect to win. I put that pressure on myself. Expect to win races, expect to win the championship, and hopefully it'll all work out this year.
Now, even though he's doing so well in this Red Bull Pro 2, he misses the Pro 4. Don't be surprised if you see him running both divisions next year. Bill?
Thanks, Kelly. Several changes to talk about following the Pro 4 race. First of all, the top 6 qualifiers in Pro 2 were inverted. That puts Dan Vanden Heuvel and Greg Adler on the front row. Robbie Gordon and Ricky Johnson, the two fastest qualifiers, will start 5th and 6th. Johnson was the fastest in qualifying. The track has been massaged around turn 5 to promote better competition. And because you saw the Wally World type start in Pro 4, they're going to do a rolling 2x2 start here in Pro 2.
Yeah, they're always going to change this thing up to make it great for the fans. And here they go.
It's all about the competition in championship off-road racing. We expect to see plenty of it here.
Somebody up in the wall there already. Pavement track, pavement road track right there. They get out of the dirt. Hard right-hander. 3 wide almost. McEachran diving in there. Marty, what's going on?
Hey, Wally, I talked to Carl Redicenter right before he went out. He said in qualifying today, they had a problem. They had a problem with the rear end. He only had one wheel working. He only got 1 lap. Now, here's the interesting thing. He started 11th. He has to work his way through the field on a very narrow racetrack that's tough to pass on. He said he told me it's a great challenge today.
Oh! Whoa! Welchel took a hard lick there.
There's Fluger. In-car camera shot of Fluger there. Welchel gets a little bit sideways. That's Robbie Gordon in the 71. And then he just gets clobbered by Fluger in the 28. See Fluger tearing off the tear-offs, which you got to do a lot during these races.
Another truck spinning.
That's Fluger again.
He's got his hands full now. Gonna need another tear-off.
Meanwhile, out front, McEachran.
Let's get an update from Kelly.
Obviously, tires have been an issue for everyone with the track, with this asphalt, but for Dan Vanden Heuvel, he says they're an issue every race because Kumo's only providing him with 10 tires, so he cannot even give it 100% in qualifying. Obviously, with the change start and the invert, he's very happy to have that pole position. Bill?
Flying Dutchman's holding down second right now.
McEachran leads. Then Vanden Heuvel.
Ricky Johnson moves into the third spot, and he is on the move right now. There he is in the third truck right there. Ricky gets through this section of the track really, really good. Look at make up the ground here on second place, Van de Heuvel.
Ricky in that 48 machine. Let's get an update from Marty.
Bill, very last words from Kevin Pence, the crew chief for Ricky Johnson. He said, the word of the day, my man, is patience. You know how tough this racetrack is. Patience is what will bring you to the front. And he said, 10-4, remind me of that every lap, that I need to continue to be patient.
Man, this is a race right here. Ricky Johnson, Robbie Gordon, side by side. Ricky Johnson's not letting him have it.
Patience in this?
Yeah, Alex, he was saying patience, they were banging off each other. Forget it, patience is out the window right now.
Monster Energy Cam.
That was patience when you go into a race. Right. When you're in the middle of this stuff, you forget all about patience.
Yeah, they're real patient on the parade lap. See the yellow flag waving? Oh, that's over in turn 3. That's Welchel, Jerry Welchel. Marty?
He just came on the radio and said it just shut down. Obviously, he had the contact early in the race yesterday, had contact early in the race today. He thought everything would be fine, but he said it just shut down on him over there in turn 3 and 4. So now he's trying to get it restarted and can't do it. Now there he goes.
That section right there is where Robbie Gordon makes a little bit of time up on Ricky Johnson. And McCachran gets out and Robbie Gordon clobbers the wall. And his right front's locked up. That's it. Robbie Gordon's done.
There you see Robbie slow on the track.
Yeah, he bent that suspension up pretty hard.
I wonder why.
There's Ricky Johnson taking a look at second place. Actually, this is for the lead.
They got around McCachran. Van de Heuvel back in front. The Flying Dutchman flying.
Here's where they changed the track right here to try to get a little bit better racing through this corner here. Couple of different lines there through 6, now into turn 7. Hard left-hander, a lot of banking. You need to get this corner right, especially getting onto the straightaway. That corner right there is tough.
Can tell you that McCachran is way off the pace now after the strong start. So here are your 2 leaders. Let's check in with Kelly.
Yesterday, Rob McCachran lost power in the points race after the competition yellow. It worked on the alternator, but they weren't even sure if that was the problem. Obviously, they haven't gotten to the source of it. He lost power in qualifying, and again here it looks like today. Bill?
Thank you, Kelly. They are racing hard for the lead.
Johnson takes a look on the inside, but Van de Heuvel, he's doing a great job holding him off right now.
Off the tabletop into turn 5. And again, this is the area where they worked on the track.
Yeah, Van de Heuvel's got to be careful not to overdrive the truck right now.
Johnson trying to rope in the race leader.
And he's also trying to force a mistake right now. Taking a look on the inside, it's real tight here. Beautiful move by Ricky Johnson coming out last corner. Can he beat him into 1? Oh, wow! Johnson loses it going into 1.
Works to spin it around.
What happened? These guys are just running hard. Ricky Johnson hits the jump. They make contact in air. It moves Johnson's truck to the left, and when he landed, he spun out.
These guys,
nothing he could do.
They've got to stop watching you on the track, Wally.
They got to stop taking my line.
Johnson to the hot pits. Marty.
Hey guys, he said it just will not steer. He came into that turn, he said it just wouldn't steer, and that's what happened. And now he has no steering, could barely get it to pit road, finally got here to the hot pits, and now they're trying to figure out what's causing the steering problem. This has been an eventful early start to this race, fellas.
Well, we knew it would be a wild one, especially when they inverted the top 6.
Meanwhile, back at the front, Van den Heuvel got a nice lead right now, but that's going to get a race soon. Center. The Lucas truck
had trouble in qualifying.
For the first time ever, he finished outside the top 10, but it looks like he is back.
Boy, gutsy performance here on the dirt in Pomona. And the competition caution is out. Caution on the track here in Pomona. You're watching Championship Off-Road Racing on NBC. Green here in Pomona, and you're back just in time to see the challenge for the lead.
Benetton around the high side. I think Van den Heuvel just made a little bit of a bobble there in the last corner, and that's all Rennesetter needed. He's got the top spot, and look at this break for third. Jesse Jones, Adler, Coyne, all duking it out.
So Rennesetter from 11th to 1st. Whoa! One truck missed the entire turn, went right to the hot pits.
Adler smoking the rear tires of that thing. Travis Coyne way up high. Jesse Jones taking a look on the inside, doesn't have enough.
This is through turn 5 and headed for 6. That's Greg Adler in the 10, Jones behind him. Trying to climb up out of that hole, over the ski jumps.
Oh man, they just bury that right rear in that banking.
Rennesetter trying to pull away, Van den Heuvel in 2nd.
Left rear's flat. Left rear is flat on Rennesetter's truck.
Trouble for the race leader, Kelly.
Greg Adler in that 3rd spot actually helped out some of his competitors. When the guys on BFG tires didn't have the right compound, he sent one of his 4-wheel parts trucks to a BF Goodrich distributor to pick up that harder compound to contend with that asphalt. Bill?
Thanks, Kelly. Does he know that, Wally? Can he feel that?
Yeah, he feels it. He's going to feel it right now when he gets in this right-hand corner. That's when you really can feel it in the right-handers. He's got to know something's in trouble right now.
Marty, you watching this?
Hey, fellas, the left rear, as you guys said, going flat on Rennessetter's truck. They're trying to get him to take care of it. He's debating on whether he should come to pit road or not, but they want him to stay out. So they have the left rear ready here in the pits if he does choose to come to pit road. If not, he's going to try and keep it out there and limp it around and maybe still try to win this thing.
Well, we'll take a look. His lap time is only about 1 second slower than the 2nd place truck right now. So you know what? I'd stay out.
But
this thing ripped off.
This is where it's really going to hurt him, though, on the pavement, right?
Well, you know what? It's a good thing it's a left-hander, because if it was a right-hander, he would have been spun out by now. But since it's a left-hander, there's no pressure on that inside tire. It's the right-handers is where you got to be really careful.
Van den Heuvel would love to get up there and put pressure on Rennesetter. Probably make up some more time here in 5.
I mean, it's a matter of time. I mean, Van den Heuvel should be able to catch him and pass him. He can smell blood right now. And he probably can see that tire flat right now at this point.
And he might have heard it from his spotter as well.
Possibly, yeah. And you don't want to get beat by a guy that's got 3 tires.
Sellout crowd here in Pomona, 10,000 people. A track that was built on a parking lot in 3.5 weeks. 8 days from now, it'll be a freshly paved parking lot, but today it's a racetrack.
Hey, what? There's only 2 to go, Bill, and Rennesetter's, he's standing on it. better hope that thing doesn't rip off the wheel.
He's had some amazing wins, but this would be another impressive one if Carl can get to victory lane today. Over the tabletop, now into turn 5 for CORR Round, the race leader.
Carl is doing a super job. I really thought Vandenheuvel would have caught him by now, but Carl's running great lap times for that thing being flat.
Should get the white flag this time by. White flag in the air from Scott Lewis. Marty.
Hey guys, I just came on the radio, said Carl, go as hard as you can go now. If it's lived this long, it'll live for the rest of this lap.
Oh, you never want to say that.
He turned the fastest lap, that last lap, than anybody out there.
Just an incredible run. Had the trouble that Marty talked about in qualifying. Had to start 11th, worked his way through the field, got the lead from Vandenheuvel. Adler runs 3rd. Blueberry's 4th, Jesse Jones 5th. I'd say he's nursing that truck around, but he's not.
Yeah, I don't think he's nursing it.
Boy, the fans on their feet and cheering for one of championship off-road racing's real heroes. CORR Round wins at Pomona. Big win for Carl. He heads to victory lane, and we'll join him there when we continue. You're watching Championship Off-Road Racing on NBC. Flying race in the books for the Pro 2 Series, and take a look at the unofficial results here in Pomona. And congratulations to Greg Adler, outstanding rookie season in 2006, gets his first Pro 2 podium with a 3rd place finish. Down to victory lane, and here's Marty.
Well, flat tire and all, CORR Round does it here at the LA Fairplex. I tell you what, that was a little confusing there for a while with a flat tire. You didn't know which one it was, did you?
No, I was confused because he was saying right side. I don't know if it was the right side that was flat or the right side to take care of. It was going back and forth, and I'm focusing on the race, and I'm like, oh man, I can't have a flat right now. But I'll tell you what, this Lucas Oil Titan AEM BF Goodrich truck rocked. Got my supply of life water. Of course, got to throw all the names there. But I'll tell you what, that's a real testament for this team that we can bounce back. We broke an axle this morning in qualifying. We were in the back of the pack. Took our time and let our truck go to work. So I'm totally excited. That was an awesome race to win. I can't tell you how much it means to me to be here in the winner's circle today and to our team.
Yeah, you seem so excited. When you look at that left rear, I mean, take a look at that thing. Are you amazed you were able to nurse this thing home and win this race?
You know, that right there is some Baja experience. Being able to take care of a truck till your next pit, man. I knew I had to just, I had to take care of it on my, once I figured it out, on my right hand turns, and just tried to baby her home, and thank God that white flag came out, and I knew I only had one more lap, so that was awesome, man. I was so stoked.
What a weekend for CORR Round. He wins in Pro 4 and in Pro 2.
Now, Dan, you've had such a successful career, but yesterday you had your downtime, some frustration. It's got to feel good to be back up here in the winner's circle.
Well, I'll tell you what, anytime we can get this Amsoil Kumho truck in the winner's circle, life is good. We had a little bit more for Carl towards the end, but as everyone knows, we have a points race this afternoon. We have 3 guys on my crew. We got to save this truck for the next race, and then we'll let it all hang out.
I'm sure you saw your opportunity when you saw his tire go flat, but you might be surprised to know that he was pulling the fastest lap times on that flat tire, and I'm sure you know Carl, he's a contender, he's not going to let up.
Carl's not going to let up 1 inch, and I know that. We tried, we're a little bit closer, and I'll tell you, without Fox Shock helping us today, we wouldn't be here today. When I get back to the pits, I know they're going to contribute a little bit more. We're going to be on the winner's circle for the next race.
All right, thanks, Dan.
Thanks.
After 2 events in the quest for the Baldwin Cup here in 2007, here are the top drivers in both the Pro 4 and the Pro 2 divisions. That's the checkered flag for us. Championship Off-Road Racing returns to NBC from Chula Vista, California on Sunday, July 29th at 3 p.m. Eastern. Next, it's the final round of the Senior PGA Championship. Thanks for having us in for the race. It's the Sunday sweep for CORR Round in Pomona.